Hey everybody, welcome back. So it is a beautiful Thursday here in the desert. We had like 2 or 3 days of cold weather and clouds and rain, but that's gone. It's Thursday afternoon. I'm gonna get those holes welded up. I've got, I think I said 9 holes to weld up. I took a wire brush and I cleaned the paint off around them, and I got my copper backing plate, got the little Vevor MiG 130, got my hood, got my gloves, got a nice big heavy extension cable to plug it into, got a garden hose, got a fire extinguisher in case everything goes pear-shaped. Not sure how I'm going to keep you guys in this with my camera arm broken. I have to use the tripod, so I'll position it as best I can, and then I'm going to weld these up. Okay, there we go. I had 10 holes to fill. I found 2 more, so I welded up 12 completely. Is it 100% perfect? Of course it's not. I did it. But is it 100% good enough? Yep, it is. I'm going to throw some white paint on it, then I'm going to go in and call it an evening. And for any of you wondering how the little Vevor 130 did welding those holes up, you know, a couple of things, a couple of points in this. One, I don't think flux core wire is probably the best process for, you know, a whole bunch of quick little tag welds to fill the hole up. It is, the flux fools you into thinking the hole is filled when it's not, because it's filled with flux. So you got to constantly stop and chip it away to make sure it's not the flux filling the hole instead of weld. And the fact that I'm really not practiced right at the moment at welding, especially not at flux core welding. A solid steel MIG wire would have been better, but out in the wind and the breeze, that just wasn't going to happen. It got the job done, and I'm reasonably happy with the results, and that's what matters. So I think it did a good job for, you know, considering what it is and considering who I am. Welcome to another beautiful but sunny, chilly mid-morning in Arizona. It is clear and a little chilly for us. It's probably about 55, 60 degrees. You know, once you get used to, you know, triple digit heat, you know, 50, 60 feels cold. And I'm going to try and get those bottles mounted today. I got all the holes welded up and I got it painted. So let's get the hood open. Let's have a look and let's see where we're going to go today. Okie doke, here we go. I can't remember if I showed you guys the other night when I got done welding it after I had painted it white. I have got so much stuff going on now with customer work and phone calls and the Jeep and the videos and the welding test and my wife's honey-do list for the house and my list for the house. I'm trying to get the house cleaned up and some outside repair done because I'm going to paint it. And so I got a lot of stuff going on, and I accidentally bumped my power steering hose, but it's just a chunk of hose clamped on. Bumped it with the grinder. Tried to do as little grinding in here as possible, especially like back here where, you know, the coolant bottles are going to cover it up. But I got all the holes welded up now, and I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, I know the paint doesn't match at all, but, well, what do you do? Old paint doesn't match new paint. So let's see if we can get those coolant bottles in there now. I have printed some extra pieces. I have gotten the little extra long black wire ties, and should be able to knock this coolant bottle thing and windshield washer bottle thing out of the way here today. Okay, here's the coolant bottle thing. As you saw before, the pump is mounted on the front. I printed myself up a spacer to go in between, so when I squeeze it together with these extra long wire ties, I'll put a link to these below. I also got some of these things that will pop in and hold my wiring looms out of the way to replace the broken factory ones, and I printed myself up some adapters because obviously this and this are going to need some adapting between them on the hose size. But yeah, I'm going to get this all put together. You know, on a future version of this thing, I'll probably incorporate all these additions into one. But I don't want to print the whole thing right now, so reprint the whole thing right now. So I'm just going to put it together this way, and we'll get it in there and we'll see how it works. If you're wondering why there's so much junk on this table, it's because it's junk I plan on doing something with in the very near future. The junk that I'm not planning on doing anything with is down there. The only reason it's down there is so I might need to take measurements off of it, or a piece off it, or something like that. Did I mention I found the complete winch plate with all the mounting hardware? I forgot I even bought it. Yeah, I'm going to, some of this stuff is what was in the old Jeep box that's been in storage for 10 years. But let's get this coolant bottle on, and let's get it all hooked up. Let's see if it works. And okay, so there we go. They're all mounted. They're nice and tight. All the cabling and wiring and hoses and everything necessary is connected. My little spacer's in there, although I'm not sure it's doing much anything, but it's there. Can't really go anywhere, so that's good. And I did vent the top of these caps. There's an O-ring in the cap, but the problem is, even with the O-ring out, if you tighten the top down, it's still not vented enough. So if I like the way this thing works, if everything does what I want it to do, I may put some nice anodized 90-degree fittings in these and run some hoses down. The washer doesn't really need it, but you might as well make them match, right? And if you're asking why both of these are vented, it's really simple, because they both need to be vented. The washer bottle, for obvious reasons, as the washer fluid level goes down, air has to get in, or no more washer fluid will go in. And this coolant tank, this is just a recovery tank, just an overflow. It is not where you check the fluid. You're almost never taking the cap off of this. It's only there on a super hot day to catch the overflow from the radiator. The pressure cap stays on the radiator, and the only time fluid comes into this is when the cap vents from overpressure, and it's just so you don't squirt water all over somebody, you know, coolant all over somebody's driveway. Whether these bottles are going to be big enough, I just don't know that yet. I'm going to have to run with them one summer and see. Oh, I did do a little bit testing on the new washer pump, and kind of align the squirters. Let's get the hood down and I'll show you how they work. That little pump works better than I had expected it to, honestly. And of course, first they were aimed crazy like. Let me see if I can get the camera back far enough so you can see it. And here we go. Oh, they're still squirting high. But they do squirt really well. That is a heck of a pump for such a tiny little pump. Well, I think it's lunchtime. I'm going to go in and get something to eat. I'll probably come back out and do more later. I think I'm at the point where, unfortunately, I'm going to have to yank the seats back out, because I want to weld something onto the roll bar for my new seat belts, my new three-point seat harnesses, and I need to get in here to make mounts for the new console. And I think the easiest thing to do is just going to be to pull the front seats out. Not looking forward to it, but there we go. So my half an hour lunch turned into several hours with phone calls and the wife wanting me to do stuff. So after my 45-minute welding review video, I think I'm just going to stop this one here today. It is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'll come back tomorrow and start a new video with the seat belts or the center console. Hope you guys have a great day, a good weekend coming up, and I'll catch you the next time. Bye for now.